Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Chelsea from Those with Words, and today I am here to share with you my full travel setup for my upcoming almost 2-week trip to Japan. So I'm bringing a couple things with me. First of all, I have my airlines traveler's notebook, and then I have a pen, pencil case pouch right here, and then I have a little something here which is kind of fun. I will showcase that to you later. But first, let's go ahead and dive right into my traveler's notebook setup. So this is the Travelers Airline limited edition from 2022. And I'm going to be bringing this with me. This is going to be my wallet as well as my travel journal. And I usually separate the two, but this is one of the few times that I really want to combine it because I think it will help me travel light. So first things first, I have a clip. This is the Travelers Company Have a Nice Trip brass clip. I believe there are two versions of this. I have the one that's just brass, but there's another one where like the text is in black. And as you can see here, since this is a brass clip, it has aged really beautifully. Obviously, as you can tell, this is where I use it the most, like this. So I'm just gonna leave that clipped onto the back of the traveler's notebook for easier access for when I'm journaling. And then as I open this up, let me move this to the side here. I have this pouch, which is from the B-Size and Rarities collection. This is like the canvas pouch. This is also from Travelers Company. And I have it across the entire notebook like this. So the back zipper side is on the right side. And then the card pouch or the card slot side is on the left side. And this is actually where I'm going to be keeping all of my credit cards. So since they're my personal cards, they're not in here yet for privacy reasons, but I do plan to keep them in here. And then over here in this area, I'm actually going to keep my cash in here. So I've got this like random, I think this is supposed to be for mailing. And as you can see here, it's like a little post box, post office, post box type of design. And I tested it with the yen that we have in our cabinet, and it actually does fit perfectly into this envelope. So I'm gonna, have an extra layer of protection for the cash that we're carrying. So that is where the cash is gonna go, and then it's gonna go in here as like a double layer of sorts. So that is what is gonna happen on this side of this pouch. And then I have my boarding pass insert, which I actually decorated last time around on my YouTube channel. So please check that video out if you're interested in how this particular page came together, as well as the back. I decorated the back just a little bit as well with some stickers. So this is going to be my travel journal for the whole trip. And at the front, I am also going to be bringing this. This is the older version of the BK or Baumkuchen dashboard. So as you can see here, there's just lots of checklists at the front. And then on the inside, you can see a little bit better here, hopefully, but there is Monday through Sunday right here. And then I'm going to stamp the dates over here, write down the itinerary for that day. So like what we're planning to do, where we're planning to go. And then there's a little bit of extra space here where I think I'm going to write a list of things I want to buy. And not just for myself, but also for souvenirs as well, because it's one of those things where if you forget to get souvenirs during your trip, you're just kind of rushing at the end, right? To try and buy everything for friends and family. And so in order to avoid that, I'm going to try and write out some things here based on the destinations that we're going to, and that way we can have a little bit of an easier time buying souvenirs. And then there's just this back side right here, which is just going to be for notes and other random things. But yeah, I believe there is a newer version of this dashboard being sold on BK's website, but this is just the older version that I have, so I'm going to use it up on this trip. And that's going to sit right in front, right here. And then, this is my travel journal. I'm also bringing my pencil board. So this is the 2023, like the coffee and notebooks pencil board from Travelers Company. And I particularly really enjoy these pencil boards, not just because of the beautiful design, although that is a big part of it, but it's also because of this grid layout on the back that really helps to like line your writing and just other things when you're journaling. So I'm going to bring that with me. So this is a standard 64-page insert. I mentioned this in the last video too, but I may or may not have enough room on this insert to cover 12 days of traveling. So if not, then I am going to probably just purchase another insert while I'm there and see how that goes. But that is the plan here. And then the second one that I have is the sticker release paper. This is from also Travelers Company. They're B-size and rarities. But now, actually, just a couple of days ago, they announced that they're going to make this a part of their regular lineup with a slightly different cover design, or I think it's actually just more plain. So it's not going to say, you know, B-size and rarities anymore, but that's really exciting to hear because I particularly really enjoy this. So in here, what you can do is put in your washi tape, PET tape, you know, stickers, all of these things that I'm flipping through that, as you can see here. And these are all just from my collection of my own washi tapes that I have purchased by the roll or samples from friends that I thought were appropriate and travel themed for this occasion. So I put a bunch of those in here. If you notice, I actually tried to put things that I'm not going to have as much of an easy access to when I'm in Japan. So you'll see like different brands and creators here that are, you know, maybe a little bit harder to find when I'm there. And that was on purpose, just so I can use up what I have in my collection. But also, you know, if I really, really need more when I'm there, I can, again, buy a couple things. But hopefully not. Hopefully this is more than enough to last me the 12 days. And so I have a bunch of empty space here, and this is just going to be for like random ephemera and stickers and things that I collect, which I'm sure will come up during the trip. I have no doubts that there's going to be, you know, random stickers and other like bits and bobs that I can put into this sticker release paper. So I'm going to leave these empty for now. And then another decision that I made, and I've done this on a past trip before, hopefully you're able to see this okay, but I have a bunch of just like, I just ripped this off. It is double-sided tape from Daiso, and I'm actually running low. I should probably buy another one at some point, or, you know, like I said, buy one when I'm there. But yeah, these are basically just, this is just double-sided tape. And I found it really helpful when I was in Hawaii about a year ago, actually, to have a bunch of double-sided tape pieces like this on the sticker release paper so that when I do receive ephemera or other things that I want to stick into my travel journal, I can just go ahead and use these strips of double-sided tape for that. And this double-sided tape is very sturdy, and I found it really effective in just sticking down just about anything, really. And so I thought it would be really nice to have a few of those around. So I think one evening I just had like YouTube videos on the background, and I just like did this while I was listening to YouTube videos. So I just have 3 pages of that. Hopefully that'll be enough, but again, there will always be other resources there for journaling in Japan. So that is the plan for now, and that is the main sort of, you know, the 2 inserts that are going to be in here, my travel journal, and again, the sticker release paper. And then in the back here, this is where, this is actually a little bit thicker than I anticipated, but this zipper pouch is where I have other journaling materials. So let's take it all out and sort of give it a look and give you a walkthrough. So first of all, I have just like a lot of different things. I have some stickers, I have some ephemera, I have more stamped papers, and then I also have this pad, which I got from a dear friend as like a sample. And I thought this was so perfect because this says receipt, have a nice day. And I mean, I'm going to be, purchasing some exciting stationery items there. So I thought it would be kind of fun to use this stuff at the same time to write about what I got and like how I feel about it. Maybe there's like a little remark section, if you can see that, which I think is really cute. So I wanted to use this up while I was there as well. And just some other things, this big sticker from Traveler's Factory, I've actually been hoarding for years. I got this a long time ago when in the US there was like a little caravan event. So Traveler's Company, I think it was a store called, it was at Maido in San Francisco, where they had the Traveler's Factory or the Traveler's Company stamps. And then also, if you purchased like a certain amount of Traveler's Company goods, you were eligible to get this like sticker for some time. And there were some other designs as well. But this is the one that I got, and I thought it would be so perfect for a trip to Japan one day. And now I actually will get to use it. So that's pretty cool. And then this is actually a really fun idea that I had. I think I cooked this up with someone, actually. It might not be just my idea. But I have a bunch of stickers here of some dear friends in the community. So I have some really fun stickers here of like Jasmine from Jasmine Marie Plans, Joy from Oh Hi Joy, Penguins Creative, April, Miranda, Havoc Rose, who I also, Havoc Rose is also my podcast co-host for Words and Roses. So I've got just like a bunch of stickers representative of them. These are their Twitch emotes turned into stickers. And then this is from when Joy and Jasmine did a co-stream on Twitch. So I have a couple of these stickers. And what I thought would be really fun to use these for is for like recommendations. So these friends gave me lots of really fun recommendations for Japan when they found out that I was going. And so I thought it would be really fun to actually go to a few of those places because they're on my itinerary. And when I do go, I can use these stickers to say like, I went to this place that this friend recommended and like, it was good and all of these things. I thought it would be really cute to add these stickers next to the memories. And I actually wrote tip in and write review underneath because these stickers are actually quite big. And so I don't know if there's going to be enough room for me to like stick down a big sticker right here and then like be able to write everything. So should I run out of room, there's always the option to tip in. So that is the plan for these stickers, and I have them set aside just in like this glassine bag. And then some of the rest of these things. So these are actually really fun imagery from a calendar that I have. And I just cut them out, the things that, or I'm potentially going to use for my trip. So this is like a bakery one with cats. This is like a cafe one. I think this is like melon soda, sort of like that nostalgic, cafe vibes. And then there's two here that actually depict things from Osaka, I believe, where I will actually be spending a couple days there. And then these like really fluffy pancakes and, well, it's not quite autumn or fall, but I think this is like a background scenery there that I can use. So I have a couple of these imageries from the calendar. It's called Retro Jam Calendar. Let me actually grab it and see if I can show you. So here it is. I don't have the cover on it anymore, but this is the Retro Jam Calendar, and I was able to get this from Taiwan thanks to a kind friend, Judy, from Tokubetsu Memory. So thank you, Judy, for helping me get this calendar. It's really cool. We actually ended up splitting it in half so that she has the other half of the dates because we figured we don't really need that many images and things to collage with, which we, want to primarily use this calendar for. And it's just got lots of fun designs, really beautiful illustrations. And that's where I picked out all of these images from. I just took in a look at the future dates and just like ripped out a bunch that I thought I could use for my trip because I don't know, I thought it would be a really nice addition. So that is where that comes from. And then the rest here, I just have a couple of other, I guess I have one more receipt thing right here, and then just like 2 memo pads. I should probably bring more memo pads, but I figure I just don't know if I'm gonna run out of room or not, if I need more memo pads or not. And if I do, I have a bunch at home that I can use to like tip in and write. I personally don't expect myself to do a lot of writing when I'm there. I think I'm just going to be busy like putting stuff into my journal and, sticking things in like ephemera and stuff like that. And realistically, I don't know that I'm going to be sitting down every night to write because I feel like I'm going to be a little too tired. So if I need more memo pads, I always have them at home and I can revisit it that way. And then these are just some sticker paper pieces that I have, and they're kind of left over from my other random projects. And I didn't want to throw them away because these are actually really nice quality sticker paper. So I cut a few of these up, as you'll notice, actually not that many. I'm just bringing like 3 small pieces. And these are just going to be for, the stamps that they apparently have everywhere in Japan, which I'm really excited to see. I think most places as well, probably not all, but I think some places will have some papers as well that you can actually use for stamps. So I don't have the best idea of how much of these types of sticker papers I should bring. These can also get kind of thick, so I don't want to bulk up my journal already more than I need to. So I'm just going to bring a few pieces and see how it goes. And last but not least is this tiny piece. This is actually a cutout from a dark Post-it. And I have this as a reference for my photos. So when I print out my photos at home, which is what I like to do once I come back from my trip, I like to squeeze as many photos as possible into one sticker paper page. And that is, the magic number for me is 16. So I usually do 16 photos per page. And when I do, this is the exact size. And so when I have that as a reference, it's really handy for me to be able to like place it and say, hey, this is where this photo is probably going to be. I really want to include that in this journal. And so I can kind of like, make a little outline and work around it in terms of the rest of the layout. And I find this really handy to bring with me when I travel. So that is something I always have on this side of the pouch. And that is everything. So let me try and put everything back. As you can see, it's not that much, but it's also not little. So I wanted to strike a good balance of like bringing things that I think I'm actually going to use. Let me swap this around this way. There you go. So yeah, I thought this would be a really nice sort of collection of things for me to use in my travel journal. And then as I use these things up, if I find other things that are really interesting during the trip, I can always put them back here as well. So this is like a ephemera slash, decorating stuff kind of materials right there. And that is everything. That's actually a part of my traveler's notebook. So there is that. And then now let's go ahead and cover what is in this pouch. So this pouch, the brand, it says Hinemo. And I actually got this from the Stationery Selection when I was subscribed to them. And that's why there's this really cute, lovely original pin here from them. I think it came in the same month and I stuck this on there. And this is a really interesting pencil pen case pouch where you can open it like so, and then it actually opens up like this. And what I really like about this is that it allows you to keep a relatively flat layout. So you can just kind of travel with it like that. Or if you want to, I may or may not do this in some of my travels, but like this is a really nice way to at least, it's still a little bit bulky, but you can mostly keep it flat. And that's what I really enjoy about this pouch. So once I go ahead and open it, there are a couple of things in here. And again, I'm trying to keep it kind of light, nothing too much for the trip. I'm bringing a couple of washi sample cards. So I'm hopefully going to see some cherry blossoms while I'm there. So these are samples from friends that I decided to include. And then this is also a sample from a friend. And then I also added my own. I have this Traveler's Company washi tape roll. So I just decided to roll up a sample so I could use it while I'm actually there. So these are the washi samples that I'm bringing. And then I'm also bringing a pair of travel scissors. So these are from Kokuyo, I believe. And you can kind of slide it out like this, the scissors, and this tip right here is how you manipulate the scissor. These are great for traveling because the blades aren't very big. They're also not super sharp. And it's really handy to travel with, but if you are hoping to really cut delicate lines with these, they're not really great for that. They're great for just like cutting straight lines and just like cutting up things when you need them to, but they're not super intricate. So I would just keep that in mind. Also, this kind of shakes a little bit, and I think that's just by design because of the mechanism here. So if that bothers you, I think, definitely think about this a little bit, but I would still recommend these for travel because they're just really handy and the size of the scissors is just really, really great. I am also bringing this Tombow Pit glue stick, and I have a couple of refills of these. It actually says it's refillable, and it's just a glue stick. And it's a blue one, but it dries clear. So it says applies blue, dries clear. Hopefully you can see that. And it's really handy. And I, again, like this for travel because of the size. And then I have just a couple of pens that are staples for me and just really easy to keep around. First and foremost is the Uni Jetstream in the 0.5. This is just a good old ballpoint pen. I don't know, probably doesn't hurt to have one, so I am bringing one. And then this is usually my writing gel pen of choice, which is the Uniball Signo in the 0.38. And so I am going to be bringing this along as well. And then last but not least, we have the Unipin Fine Line, which is a water and fade proof pigment ink. And this is the 01. So it's actually really, really fine. I don't even know if I can really show you this on video too well, but it's a really fine tip sort of marker. Just think like Sakura Micron, but I really like the Unipin. And so I'm gonna bring that along for just like maybe drawing, doodling, occasional sketching. And speaking of sketching, because I'm not quite brave enough to just go in with pen, I do have to go in with pencil first. So I am bringing my Blackwing Natural, and I've already sharpened it, and I've used this actually quite a lot. And I'm bringing it with this pencil cap just to protect the pencil graphite tip. So there is that one. And then along with that, this is a Tombow Mono Zero eraser. So it dispenses if you click on the other side. And it's just a really, really thin eraser. So it's super easy to bring along with the rest of the things. As you can probably notice, like the slim profile of travel objects is really important to me just because it's convenient. So that is, I believe, everything I have in this pouch. So let's go ahead and put everything back in, and we can go over what this fun pouch is all about. Okay, so this pouch is actually a To and Fro branded traveler's notebook pouch. And I actually purchased this alongside the To and Fro brown traveler's notebook, which is actually in here. But more information about this is it's an organizer in the regular size, and it's in this olive color. And it was a part of the 2019 To and Fro and Traveler's Company collaboration. And it's basically a little rain jacket for your traveler's notebook. That's basically what it is. Like, this is water resistant, and it fits your traveler's notebook in here perfectly. So here is my 2019 brown to and fro. And like I said, I purchased these at the same time. So, but obviously because it's a standard size pouch, it can fit this Travelers Airline TN as well. So I'm bringing both of these things. So one, this pouch is going to be really useful for me if it rains. I mean, I'm already going to have a more or less like a water resistant type of backpack that I can bring with me, but you never know. And, you know, with my travel journal, the last thing I want is for it to get soaked in rain when I'm walking out and about. And I think we're going to get some spring rain when we're there. So I thought it would be, you know, better safe than sorry to bring this along. And then this to and fro brown traveler's notebook, I'm bringing to stamp the inside. It sounds a little ridiculous because, you know, if I'm gonna stamp the inside of this TN, why not just bring this as a cover for the travel journal instead of bringing this around, right? But I also want this traveler's notebook to patina. I want more scratches on it. I want it to age more than it, you know, than it has. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I bring it with me. So I'm going to bring this with me, and this is going to be like my everyday carry. And then this notebook right here is more or less going to be when I go to a particular traveler's factory, I really want to make sure to like stamp this side, which is pretty much blank. There's nothing on here except the stitching from this patch. And in the front right here, I've got a couple of really fun stamps. I did this at the San Francisco Pen Show in 2022, last year. And I mean, some of it didn't turn out perfectly. This one turned out really well, but like this one, this is the records one. It's not quite perfect, but that's okay. I am, you know, embracing the imperfection. And I want to, you know, stamp a couple more things on this side while I'm on my travels. And I just have this random piece of like cardstock type of paper. I got this from Dandelion Chocolate in San Francisco, and I just cut it up. I initially wanted to make this into a traveler's notebook insert cover, but I never quite got around to that. So instead, I'm just going to put this in here so that if I do stamp anything on the inside and I close up the notebook, sometimes there's a little bit of residue because, I mean, this is a porous leather surface. And so when you put stamp ink on it, it takes a little bit of time to dry. So I just don't want that to transfer to the other side of my traveler's notebook. So I just have this put through the elastic here for that purpose. And yeah, I mean, this is my, TN that got customized through Baumkuchen's Truly Yours service. As you can see here, I've got marks of like airports, and I got this patch here sewn on as well as this dandelion emboss. And then these three are actually just sticker patches that I put on myself. And this is like the first truly wildly mine type of traveler's notebook where I just decided to go all out. And so I thought I would just continue that by stamping the inside on the right-hand side. So that is the plan with this. Again, I don't plan to bring this around every single day or anything, but I think it would be really cool to have it with me when I go to a traveler's factory to be able to stamp to my heart's content. So that is pretty much it for my traveling setup. And again, I'm going to be in Japan for about 2 weeks. It's going to be really, really exciting. I know it's a little bit silly to start a YouTube channel and then actually leave for a trip, but I hope to continue making videos when I'm back. I'm really excited to share with you, what I end up getting in Japan, talk about my experiences, show you the travel journal, all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!